Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining our online reading session of the book Śrī Bhaktyaloka by Śrī Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākūr. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshudamritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Gaudavani Prachārane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pāśyāde Vijitāri Shri Krishna Pramanityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Kavati Vacharam Gambhati Garam Kripatamam Deshi Uraladharanam Paramananda Madhavim Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Agisha Yasya Lakshmi Yasya Vakshisi Yasya Hriday Samvitam Nrsimha इससे देवी परा भक्ति यथा देवी तथा गुणस्य दिव्यताय अर्था प्रकाशते यंत प्रविश्य वाच मां प्रसुतां संजीवयते किल सत्य दरसुदान न्याचास्त चरण श्रीमत्वादीन प्राणान् नमो भगवते दक्षाय निज गुरु हरिवाण्या कृष्ण चित्तो चित्तो संसार प्रभु वचन सुखाब्दो मचेन सांसब शोभुच नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय okay. Hare Krishna. So welcome all devotees. Second session of the book reading of Śrī Bhaktyaloka. So yesterday we have seen Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākūr explaining about the meaning of the word uh, ahara, which is like, as we read here, ahara means enjoying or bhojana, to enjoy it through the five senses, and how the living entity cannot live without even doing nothing. So, in order to maintain his life, one has to do action. One has to cannot refrain from action. One has to work to maintain his life. So, if such activities are done in the mode of enjoyment, then one's qualification is human life is lost. He becomes like an animal. That's what we read. So one has to practice a bhakti yoga so that his bodily activities can transform into favorable for devotional service. Okay. So today we will read from here. Therefore, Śrīla Rupa Goswami has said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.255 and 256, Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharam Upayunjitaha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate Prapanchakataya Buddhya Hari Sambandhe Vastunaha Mukshavi Parityago Vairagyam Phalgu Katyate. When one is not attached to anything but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. On the other hand, the one who rejects everything without knowledge of its relationship to Krishna is not as complete in his renunciation. Okay. The purport of these two verses is repeated in Śrī Upasheshamrita by the instruction to reject Atyahara. This is important. So the purport of these two verses is repeated in Upadeshamrita by the instruction to reject Atyahara. So that means whatever is favorable we accept, and whatever is not favorable we reject. That is one thing. Another thing is that accept everything because everything is related to Krishna. So this is important. See, these two things are not same. Anasaktasya vishayan yatharam abhijita nirbandha Krishna. So knowing that everything has a relationship with Krishna, and one is not attached to anything. So one is attachment and one is a detachment. The first sloka is telling about attachment. How everything is connected to Krishna. In that way, we are attached. And the second, the sloka, the next sloka is how to be detached. How to be detached, detached thinking that everything, because everything belongs to Krishna, and everything, whichever thing has no relationship to Krishna, we reject. This is what. But thinking that it is doesn't have any relationship with Krishna, rejecting, that is called as Phalgu Vairagya. In Bihar, in Gaya, there is a river called Phalgu. Atindri Prabhu, you know, I think.
Yes, Prabhuji, in Gaya, I know. Hare Krishna.
In Gaya. Anybody visited Gaya? Anybody visited Gaya? We now it is changed. Actually, now they build some things, and now the whole thing changed. The place and all is changed. But I remember when I went, maybe 1990 or 92, I think 93, I think. We went on India tour with my father. I remember the Phalgu River was more or less like just to the, like, the feet will deep. That's all. Your to the extent of feet depth, not even feet. Our toes will, we can cross over the whole river. That is called as Phalgu River. It is because of Sita Devi's shrap. But actually, Phalgu means it is doesn't have any current. Phalgu. Vairagyam Phalgu Katyate. Actually, it is called as dry, dry renunciation. Uh, so there is one thing is dry renunciation, and another one is yuktam vairagyam. Phalgu vairagyam, yukta vairagyam. These are the two things in these verses explained. So one is yukta vairagya. Yukta vairagya means how to engage everything in Krishna's service. Who will decide this? The spiritual master will tell you to engage this. So when the spiritual master wants you to engage, he will tell you to engage in Krishna's service. So that becomes yukta vairagya. And the spiritual master tells you to reject, that means it is not considered as service to Krishna. So it is not meant for you. So you reject it. But still you renounce it, then it is called as Phalgu Vairagya. The Mayavadis, this verse actually denotes to the Mayavadis. They think they use the word prapancha. It's called as prapancha. Prapancha means prakrishta rupena pancha. Actually, this prapancha. Prapancha means prakrishta rupena pancha. It's called as five things: Ishvara, Atma, Kala, Karma, and uh, Prakriti. Ishvara, Kala, Karma, and Ishvara, Kala, Karma, Ishvara, Atma, Kala, Karma, Prakriti. These are the five things. Uh, so a whole all over the, the whole material existence is filled with these five things, and which is and these five things are related to Krishna, and everything in this world is connected somehow or the other with these five things. And if when somebody rejects thinking that it is not relating to Hari, actually it is relating to Hari, but they don't know Hari, so they reject it, then it is called as mumukshus. The mumukshu means the vairagis. Mukshuvi parityago. So mumukshus, they give up vairagyam. Such a type of renunciation is called as Phalgu Vairagya. Whereas understanding thus that we should develop anasakta, we should develop detachment from that. Why? Because it doesn't belong to me, it belongs to Krishna. Because it has relationship with Krishna. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha. Then it is called as Yatharam. That is, what is that? As Narottam Das Thakur writes in Prema Vaivarta. There is a book called Prema Vaivarta. Narottam Das Thakur writes that, what is that? What is that? Jatha Tatha. Just 1 second. Oh, Krishna. Just 1 second. I just clicked something else and oh Krishna.
Framework by Jagannath Pandit.
Prema Vaivarta by Jagadananda Pandit. Narottam Das Thakur wrote one more
Prem
thing.
Bhakti Chandrika.
Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Yes, Prema Bhakti Chandrika.
Yes.
I was thinking, how is that I am getting Prema Vaivarta? It is written by Jagadananda Pandit. How is that I got mixed up? I got mixed up because it is also Prema and it is also Prema. It is Prema Vaivarta, Prema Bhakti Chandrika. In Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Narottam Das Thakur writes that Kama, Krodha, Logo, Mada, Matsarya. That is that. There is a beautifully one second. Just I would have to pull it up. Prema Bhakti Chandrika, because he writes Jatha Tatha. There is a word. There is a word. Um, mm, It's called as dovetailing. In one word, we can just say it is called dovetailing. But that particular word is I'm not able to get that, so I'm searching for that. Does anybody remember the verse? He tells that how to engage all the six enemies in Krishna's service. Five enemies, not the sixth one, because Matsarata cannot be engaged in Krishna's service. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada. He writes, Kama Krishna Karmarpane. Yes. Now I got that. I was thinking, thinking. Krishna gave that intelligence. Kama, did now remember? Now anybody remembers? It was Hare Krishna. Does anybody remember? Nobody speaking. Kama Krishna Karma. Yes. Krodha Bhakta Dveshi. Yes. Yes, I'm getting that. Okay. Srila Prabhupada writes in one of the purports in seventh canto, ninth chapter, sloka number 1. That is the first sloka of the first prayer of Lord Narasimhadev. Okay. And that Prabhupada writes, Srila Narottam Das Thakur has sung in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Kama Krodha Bhakti Dveshi Jane. Anger should be used in to punish a demon who is envious of Krishna. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, and envy all have their proper use for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotee. I don't know why Prabhupada writes here Matsyarata. Let me pull up the whole verse. Yes, I got the verse. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Yes, Kama Krishna Karmarpane, Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jane, Lobha Sadhu Sange Harikatha, Moha Ishta Labhe Bine, Mada Krishna Gunagane, Niyukta Koribo Jatha Tatha. I was searching for this word, Niyukta Koribo Jatha Tatha. It is said that I will engage lust by offering it in Krishna's service. Anger I will direct towards those who are envious of devotees. I will be greedy to hear the topics of Hari in the association of devotees. I will feel illusioned without achieving my worshipable Lord. I will be maddened while singing the glories of Krishna. In this way, I will engage these enemies in their proper places. So, coming to our this part. So, engaging, dovetailing, yuktam vairag, yatharam upayunjita. That's very important. Okay. Continuing. What's his name? Atindra Prabhu. Sorry, Atindra Prabhu. Sita Prabhu, you can read.
Okay, Prabhu. When one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. On the other hand, one who rejects everything without knowledge of its relationship to Krishna is not as complete in his renunciation. The purport of these two verses is repeated in Śrī Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔𝚞 by the instruction to reject atyahara. The purport is that if one accepts sense objects in the spirit of enjoyment, that is atyahara. But if sense objects are accepted as the Lord's mercy and only as far as required and favorable for devotional service, then it's not atyahara.
Okay.
If sense objects are
Just a second. Okay. Can anybody tell? Is there anything in this world which doesn't have any relationship with Krishna? Can you name anything which is not related to Krishna? Is there anything which cannot be said that which is away from Krishna?
like you said, Prabhu, ego,
Ego or envy?
envy, yes.
No? Somebody has given a message. Me, I'm away from
Me.
Krishna. you're me away from Krishna. You are away from Krishna, but you as a soul is always connected to Krishna. You don't know that is another thing.
But Krishna is not away from you.
Krishna is not away from anybody for that matter. So that's why Prabhupada, when he said, even he didn't reject other religions, other faiths, other beliefs, whatever it is, because somehow or other they're connected to Krishna. They're trying to connect to Krishna. Because everybody, Prabhupada writes in Bhagavatam, in one of the purports, that everybody is indirectly searching for Krishna. So everybody, some other way, it is because everything has a relationship with Krishna. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur here, he writes that the purport of these two verses is repeated in Upadeshamrita by the instruction to reject. Repeated in Upadeshamrita by the instruction to reject atyahara. Okay. And the purport is that if you read this, did you read this? Yes, you read it. You read this. The purport is that if one accepts sense objects in the spirit of enjoyment, that is atyahara. But if sense objects are accepted as Lord's mercy and only as far as required and favorable for devotions, then it is not atyahara. Okay, I'll try to understand the first line. The purport is that if one accepts sense objects in the spirit of enjoyment, that is atyahara. Okay. Okay. So we have been given the sense objects which are actually called as Durdam Tendriya Kala Sarpa Patili. Acharyas say these sense objects are like the snake fangs. Snake fangs. The fangs are having the snakes, like the snakes. So these are meant for Indriya, Durdantriya, Kala Sarpa. They are considered as Kala Sarpa. But who we are, actually, the sense objects are dead objects without the presence of the soul and the super soul. And the soul, as we have read previously here, I think in the initial, in the first, this one, yes, this type of enjoyment, material enjoyment is compulsory for embodied soul. The embodied soul, what is that? Without enjoying the sense of living entity cannot. So, as spirit souls, we are part and parcel of Krishna. So we should understand the part and parcel of Krishna means we are Tatastha Shakti. Tatastha Shakti means we can either be in the material energy or in the protection or under the control of spiritual energy. One is Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durate. What is this Maya? What is this Maya? Maya is as soon as the jiva forgets that he's servant of God, forgets that he has to serve God, then what will happen? Although he is superior energy, Right? Am I right or not? We are superior energy. But an inferior energy is controlling you. Do you know this? Hare Krishna? See, this inferior energy means, the point is, what I have to explain this. Now, Krishna, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that Bhumirapo nalo vayu mano buddhirevacha. Krishna says that these are the 8 objects. What is that? Bhumirapo nalo vayu khanmano buddhirevacha. What is that? What is the next line?
Ahankariti yamme.
Ahankaram iti manye bhinna prakriti rashtadha. This is called as bhinna prakriti, the separated energy of the Lord. Actually, it is inferior energy. Then Krishna says, apareyam itastvanyam vidyame prakritim para. Jiva bhutam mahabahu edam dharite jagat. This, see, actually, but then how that we are superior energy, but then how the inferior energy, which is separated energy, is controlling us? Because Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya, because that Maya is empowered by Krishna. So when Krishna empowers Maya, then the Maya can control the superior energy called the Jivas. All the Jivas are part and parcel of Krishna. They are superior energy. Apareyam itastvanyam vidyamam prakritim para. Jivas. What is that prakritim para? Jiva bhuta mahabhavu. Is the mahabhavu. Jiva bhuta mahabhavu yedam dharite jagat. So this whole material world, everywhere the Jivas are there. Because of the Jivas, this is moving. But the Jada Prakriti, which doesn't have any Shakti, because it is being under the supervision, Maya Jakshena Prakriti, Swete Sacharacharam, because it goes on under the supervision of the Lord, so Maya is able to control the Jiva, because he has left the association of Krishna, we have left the service of Krishna. So that's why we are being endowed with the sense objects. And now we are trying to, what we are trying to do through the sense objects, we are trying to enjoy the inferior energy. Again, we are trying to do the same thing. So that's why we are not happy. Why we are not happy? Because we are trying to enjoy the inferior energy. But as a spirit soul, our senses are being given to serve the master of the senses. What is the verse? What is that verse?
Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate.
How does it start? Other than Asita Prabhu, anybody can answer. Atindriya Prabhu or Mataji's, you know the verse? Rishikena Rishikesha. Where does it come?
Yes, Prabhu.
What is that? Sarvapadi Vivirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate. So unless until the Rishis or the, okay, Alka Mataji. Yes, tell me Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. No, I was just actually coming to that verse only, but you have already mentioned.
Okay. If any time, if Matajis want to say something, you can immediately unmute and say, no problem. They can speak. Okay. So the thing is, so now we have been endowed with those senses. So our duty is to engage the senses in the master of the senses called Rishikesha. Unless and until the Jiva accepts that his sense objects have been given to engage in Krishna's service, to engage in the master of the senses, the concept of Atyahara cannot come into his life. It will only be ahara. He will only be doing enjoyment, and it might turn into Atyahara. That is another thing. But so the purport is that we have been given the senses to accept Krishna's service. That's the thing. But if the sense objects are accepted as Lord's mercy, and only as far as required and favorable, but then it is not Satyahara. What is example given? The example given is of salt. Once Prabhupada was in the morning walk. Once Prabhupada was not in the morning walk, Prabhupada was honoring watermelons, the melons. Watermelon, I don't know in United States what they say. Watermelon? I don't know. So Prabhupada was taking this melons, and the devotee who was serving, it was recording. I heard the recorded lecture. So recorded conversation. So Prabhupada is given the cutting, cut fruits, melons. And Prabhupada said, I want salt. And Prabhupada says this. And the devotee puts salt and Prabhupada takes that honors. And while eating, he will be speaking. And he will say that this fruit is tasty. But if I add salt, it becomes more tasty. Right? If you add salt to any fruit, it becomes more tasty. If you add black salt, it will be more tasty. Anything. But Prabhupada again continues that if I think that the salt is very nice, and if I put the whole cup, what will happen? It will become poison. Prabhupada said, I can't eat it, it will become poison. So like that, sense enjoyment, as much as required, should be taken. If it is taken more, you will yourself understand that it is becoming more, and you will yourself understand that you are not happy. When you are not happy, that means you have taken sense enjoyment more than excess. Anything more than excess is called fuss. In English, proverb is there in India, they say. Anything more than excess is fuss. So why Prabhupada said there is in prayena alpayisha sabhya kalavasmin yuge jana verse prayena alpa. In that particular verse, Prabhupada writes that overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standard of living sap the very vitality of the human energy. Prabhupada writes that overeating, over enjoyment, over dependence. Why people are suffering? Because they are overly enjoying. They're too much of enjoyment. So too much of enjoyment leads to destruction. So that's why, as far as required, and that we will understand when they say that it depends on person to person, this, that, and all, whatever it is, but still, one knows how much to eat, how much to, sleep, how much to procreate, how much to everything. These all things. Yukta, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, aha, yukta ahara, viharasya, yukshas, chestas, karmashu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. So Krishna says this is the verse for regulation of life. How to regulate your life? This is the verse. We should understand. And when somebody asks what is the, what is that? What is that? When somebody says how to regulate my life, then you should give this particular verse. What is that verse? It is, you should tell the number. You should always remember 617. You should remember. And you should tell them how to regulate our life. 617. That is the verse. Yuktahara vihara. Vihara means sense gratification. Ahara means food. Yukta chest, fruit or anything collecting. You can from this verse. Yukta chestasya karmashu, activities, discharging duties. Yukta swapnava bodhasya, sleep, wakefulness. Yogo bhavati dukkha. How by doing this, then he diminishes the pains. This is what he who regulates his habits, as Krishna says, he who regulates his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So this is what yoga is. Yoga means you relate your life. You connect to God, and all of the things you connect in such a way that you want to serve God. You eat for Krishna, you sleep for Krishna, you create for Krishna. Prabhupada said recreation means Krishna consciousness. So for us, there is nothing separate recreation. We work for Krishna. In 1154, I think 54 or 55, Prabhupada gives Krishna karma, how to do Krishna karma, how to do activity for Krishna. So this is the way we mitigate our material pangs. Okay, we'll go ahead. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, please read. Continue. Anybody has anything? Yeah, Golok, what is it? Ram Prabhu has something to say.
No, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Asita Prabhu, you can continue.
If sense objects are honestly accepted as the Lord's mercy, then Yukt Vairagya is easily attained. Sriman Mahaprabhu's order is to accept sense objects without attachment and chant Krishna's name. Don't endeavor for palatable foodstuffs and fine clothes. Accept the sanctified Bhagavad Prasad that is easily obtainable. This is the devotee's lifestyle. Whatever is required, take only that. Taking more or less will not yield auspicious results. If the practitioner takes or accumulates more than necessary, his spiritual life will be lost due to his being controlled by material mallows. If he does not properly accumulate, then the body, which is his means of worship, will not be protected.
Okay.
The purport of the
Okay. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. It is said in the one of the proverbs of in the Vedic culture that the Sharira, this is the way we have to carry out our dharma. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. In the Kali Yuga, this body is the vehicle by which we have to we have to carry out our dharma, but it needs to be protected. Yeah, prosecute dharma. So unless and until it is being protected properly, otherwise, as actually it is in the material level, but the higher level is Hridaya Madhyam Sulabham Sulabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karnadha. The body is given as a human form of life, is meant to follow the. It's very rare to get. It's like a boat wherein to cross over this material world, which is like the Bhavasagara or the ocean of material existence, compared to the ocean, and this body is compared to the boat. The favorable breezes are considered are like the instructions of the spiritual master and the Shastra's instructions. And the navigator or the captain of the boat is the spiritual master who drives us safely to the spiritual world. It takes us away from this ocean of material existence. So in spite of having all these things, one it doesn't see to that he's engaged properly in Krishna's service. He accepts spiritual master's instruction and puts his mind, intelligence, and engages his senses in Krishna's service, then he is committing a great suicide. As here it is said, if the sense objects are honestly accepted as Lord's mercy, then Yukta Vairagya is really attained. And it is not so easy to accept that. Of course, we accept, we understand some part of it, that Lord is given out of mercy, out of causeless mercy. Krishna has given us human form of life. We are, of course, it's our karma, but at the same time, there's so many people, they are unable to serve Krishna. But every day when we wake up, we are able to see the sun, we're able to breathe, we're able to come for attend Mangalarti, we are able to hear the holy name of the Lord, we are able to see the deities, we're able to taste the prasadam, we're able to, this is all arrangement by Prabhupada, and we are indebted to Prabhupada. So if we take it in that way, then every time we think that, oh, our position is very. So on one sense, accepting as Lord's mercy, and at the same time understanding our precarious condition, how we were before coming to Krishna consciousness, and how we are now in Krishna consciousness, in what position we are, in what stage we are. Sometimes we become so much carried away. It happened with me many times. Like, some things happen in our life in such a way that we become very much depressed, distressed, and stressed, and we think that, oh, why all these things are happening? Why these opposites things are happening? Why so much of opposition is going on? But on the other side, there we have so much of tons and tons of blessings. When we just remember all those things, then these small things which we are not put under any sort of problems like what Kunti Maharani is there. We are not staying with every time with a person who is going to kill us. Kunti Maharani and Pandavas were staying with Kauravas, and they were always planning, plotting to kill them. Can you imagine Prahlad living with his father who's going to kill every day? And Prahlad is sleeping, and next day, what kind of atrocities, what kind of punishment he's going to give? And Prahlad is not even budging an inch. And we complain. What our complaint is, we didn't get prasadam. Somebody has scolded us. Somebody has done this. Nor we are being there is a backbiting. There is problem. Somebody is scolding us. Somebody is not giving us service. Somebody is telling so many things we have. But if we just think these are nothing in front of what Prahlad Maharaj, what Kunti Maharani, Pandavas, their house is under fire. If your house is under fire, and can you imagine how it will be? You're going to die, and you know who has plotted for you the fire. Can you imagine? You want to stay with them every time. Your wife is being. How is that? She's being dragged in the Maya Sabha, Asat Sabha, and then what kind of atrocity is this? Actually, if we just remember that particular verse, what is that? Vishan Mahagne Purushada Darshan. So we should remember that verses. What is that? Vishan Mahagne Purushada Darshan Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Kritshrata Vrade Vrade Neka Mahasrasastrato Draumyastrasas Chasma Haribi Rakshita. The translation is, my dear Krishna, your Lordship has protected us from poisoned cake. Anybody knows this story? Poisoned cake story? How the Bhima was given the poisoned cake, and after giving the poisoned cake, he will be pushed into the river, and he goes into the Nagaloka, where the Nagas they bite him, and when they take him, they take away because the thing is already his poison. They take away his poison, and he is being endowed with a strength of 10,000 elephants. You can imagine whenever any problem came to Pandavas, there was a boon. There is a protection, and there is a lot of mercy also flowed with them with every problem, whatever it came. Everything you can name it, you get it. Everything they have got it. What is okay? We'll discuss this one. What is that? From Great Fire. After the Great Fire, there was, they were loitering in the forest, and they went to, they had, I think they met, they went to marry Draupadi after the Lakshagraha, after this one. Or in the exile. No. Yes. Then after the cannibals, this happened. After the from cannibals means man eaters, and Bhima killed them. And the vicious assembly, this one. After the whole Draupadi instance, Krishna's mercy came in the form of sari, and Bhima took a vow that he was going to kill everybody, and exile in the forest. They had problems because of what is that? Who is that? Acharya. Who is that? Dronacharya. Not Dronacharya. What is that? Who came? Who is that rishi who came when we were in the exile? Who is that rishi who came for with 60,000?
Durvasa Muni.
Durvasa Muni. How I forgot Durvasa Muni. So after the Durvasa Muni, this one, they felt more nearer to Krishna. Then Krishna protected them immediately. So and from the battle where great generals fought, from the whole Kurukshetra war, after the battle, they could enjoy the whole kingdom, and Dharmaraj or Yudhishthira Maharaj was enthroned as the king. So whenever there was any problem, Krishna was there, and there was not only Krishna, and externally, internally, everything. They didn't lose anything. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwadhama. So by saving the weapon of Ashwadhama, who was protected? Parikshit Maharaj was protected. Because of protecting Parikshit Maharaj, we got Bhagavatam. No, Parikshit Maharaj is not there. How will get Bhagavatam? So we should, if we take that many times. I remember in India when I was distributing books in the hot sun, 2 hours, 3 hours, no books were going. What to do? We were just praying to Krishna. And somebody takes Bhagavatam, somebody takes a book. We will think it is like the devatas are showering the flowers from the top. It is like oh, we got something. So so accepting Lord's mercy is a very great thing. Maharaj gave a lecture called Special Mercy. That is a lecture title name is called Special Mercy. Everybody wants special mercy. Maharaj defines what is special mercy, how to get that special mercy, how we get, and all those things. So you can hear that a particular lecture called Special Mercy. And reading further, it is that Sriman Mahaprabhu's order is to accept enjoyment, sense objects without attachment and chant Krishna's name. This is particularly these two here, and don't endeavor for palatable foodstuffs and fine clothes. This is direct instruction of Mahaprabhu to Raghunath Das Goswami. This is a direct instruction. What is that verse? Bhalona Paribe. Bhalona Khaibe. I forgot. Okay. Oh. Does anybody remember the whole verse? Actually, Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Instruction. Just let me pull it up. Nectar of Instruction.
Pasted in the chat.
Gramya Katha na Shunibe. Yes, this is called as Gramya Katha. It goes like this. Gramya Katha. Okay. It is said, Gramya Katha na Shunibe, Gramya Katha na Shunibe, Gramya Varta na Kaibe, Bhala na Khaibe, Ar Bhala na Paribe. Do not talk like people in general or hear what they say. You should not eat very palatable food, nor you should dress very nicely. Amani manada hoy Krishna naam sada labhe, Braje Radha Krishna seve manase koribe. These are the instructions. This is the second instruction. First instruction is Gramya Katha na Shunibe, the first. Gramya Varta na Kaibe, this is the first instruction. Then Bhala na Khaibe or Bhala na Paribe, the second. Third is do not accept honor. Amani manada hoy Krishna naam sada labhe, Braje Radha Krishna seva manase koribe. Do not expect honor, but offer all respect to others. Always chant the holy names of Krishna, name of Lord Krishna, and within your mind render service to Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. Okay. These are the direct instruction of Mahaprabhu. Accept the sanctified Bhagavad Prasad that is easily obtainable. How many devotees know how to grow food? How do you know how to grow rice? How many devotees know how to grow vegetables? Anybody is growing vegetables in your place?
Yes, Guruji.
You're growing vegetables in your place?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Actually, in ISKCON, we train devotees how to chant Hare Krishna, how to read Bhagavatam, Bhakti Shastri courses, Bhakti Vaibhav courses. Actually, devotees should be taught how to grow their own food. But the problem is many of the devotees are staying in the cities, and city environment we don't have, because many of the devotees stay in the apartments where we don't have even basic things. But if you see, there are some people, even they stay in the terrace, even they stay in the place, there is a terrace gardening, they grow their own food actually. At least, at least they grow vegetables, they grow chilies, they grow for them whatever is required, little. Actually,
Coriander.
some thought came, coriander, curry patta, or curry leaves. Coriander means in English, here it is called cilantro. Cilantro or curry leaves or small vegetables, zucchini or squash or the pumpkin, beans. These can be grown. These can be grown like, you don't need much big setup. Actually, one plant for a one family, one plant, one eggplant, it can grow at least two, three eggplants. Eggplants means brinjal, two, three brinjals, tomatoes. These can be grown anywhere. Actually, we should be trained to grow food. Apart from being Krishna conscious, apart from chanting, reading, coming from all these things, we should be trained how to grow our own food. Then we can understand that these foodstuffs, how they are growing. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in Anad Bhavanti Bhutani Pajanyat Anna Sambhava, that particular verse, he says that devotee sees that he bows the seed, he what is that? He plants the seed for Krishna. From there, the Krishna consciousness means not just he sees the fruit he wants to offer for Krishna. He sees that even he wants to sow the seed for Krishna. And that way he sees that Krishna's mercy. That you can see yourself how the plant is growing, the small twigs are coming out, how the seed becomes seedling, and then how the I like I hear I grew one pineapple. They cut the pineapple, the the upper part, the big stem like thing, which is having the spiked one, which is very like if you touch it, it'll be like thorny cactus kind of a thing. They cut it and they threw it. And I saw one day and I thought that let me plant it. And it is growing very nicely now. So point is, we should all plant these seeds. We should keep and then plant it. There is in Andhra, there is a lady who is famous for a seed bank. She's having all kinds of seeds. And if you want, I can provide, we can go and get those seeds and put in our places. Actually, we should have that. We may not go to farm, we may not be, it is very difficult for us to go to the farm communities, but at least wherever we are, we should grow some vegetables. We should know how to grow vegetables. We should know how to grow small vegetables. May not be a big thing. Huh? So then we can understand this food when we cut it and put. I remember Maharaj used to, in Krishna life, they used to grow urban farming. They used to have a small farm, small land wherein they used to grow some squash, some peaches, uh, some cilantro, some things. And I used to bring from there some squash, some beans, some here and there. And Maharaj used to like a lot. Maharaj used to say, "Oh, these are grown here." Okay, then Maharaj used to like a lot, which are grown by the devotees, than to get it from the stores. So, so the point is that in that way we can understand Lord's mercy is there. That is what is the devotee's lifestyle is there. Otherwise, what is the difference between us and outside people? What is the big difference? You are also going. Of course, we can go and get vegetables, rice, these, that, but these are all chemicals. Can you imagine eating all chemicals? We may not know it, but it's difficult to produce rice. But why the leaders don't purchase the land and take the congregation over there, take the children over there, make the whole big farm, big like thing, and then train devotees to sow the seeds, train devotees to train them to take care of the cows, cuddle the cows, and then take the bulls to till the land, take the children to train them how to be with cows, bulls. Then they will feel that Krishna consciousness. They will know in farm communities like Nandagram, Kurmagram, and Bhaktigram, the small boys and all, they don't wear any slippers. They just walk around without any slippers or sandals or whatever footwear. Without any footwear, they just walk around. Actually, we should walk like that. Then we will feel it is not, it is nowadays in Netherlands, in many big cities, in Australia, in actually Sydney, one and big person he started, and it becomes a big news. Why is he going? Oh, we have to feel there is. They do all sorts of scientific invention, discoveries. These psychological people. Oh, the feet has something. No, it is Krishna's land. So we go around. So the children, the women, the men, everybody will feel attached to Krishna. They will grow their own flowers. Why we have to purchase flowers from go to the market every Sunday, every Saturday, and bring lot of flowers? Instead of this, get a big land of 5 acres, 10 acres. Get all the congregation every Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Go there. Tell them to sow the seeds of beans, all these vegetables, and you can feel that they know that, okay, they will have in their mind, okay, I sowed this seed, how far it is growing every day, that hankering is there. And I could see that every day while chanting, after chanting, I put water to the pineapple tree, and it is growing very nice. It becomes so green. So the point is that when we do that, then we will have that. Then that prasad, actually, that particular thing which we sowed the seed. We saw the saplings coming. We saw the tree growing. We saw the plant growing, and then when the fruit comes, then we take the fruit and then offer to Krishna, and then we partake that as prasad. Then that is called as actually the lifestyle of Krishna consciousness. Life should be molded in such a, as Krishna Prabhupada writes in 1865, that life should be molded in such a way that one should have one should get the thought to think of Krishna all the 24 hours. How will you get the thought of Krishna 24 hours? This is the way. Huh? So this is the way. So when we milk the cows, it's for Krishna. When we till the land, it is for Krishna. When we sow the seeds, for Krishna. When we are watering the plants, that is for Krishna. When the fruits grows, that is for Krishna. When we cut it, that is for Krishna. And we take it so nicely, and then they take the fruit to Krishna, offer it to Krishna. Then we will feel, oh, this is what is actually Krishna. Whatever is required. Then even if we take more, because we are working hard for Krishna, like in Nandagram, Kurmagram, and all, they don't take less prasadam. They take full like anything, because they are every time working the field. You get tired like anything. So much is there, and whatever you eat, it is not sufficient. Actually, whatever they eat in Kurmagram, I know. I used to when I went to Kurmagram newly, I used to take less prasadam, and I used to walk around in the fields, go to wherever Narottam Prabhu used to take me, this place, that place. Afternoon, actually, I used to take only one time, but in Kurmagram, I used to take 3 times, because he is getting digested so quickly. It is the Jataragni has increased. You will see that your whole situation of your body, mind becomes clear. Your Jataragni, that digestion system has increased like anything. You become very sturdy. You become very strong. You walk around, nothing will happen. The sun is hitting everywhere there is sun, and you don't feel so much bothered, because everything is. You see that we are trying to do something for Krishna consciousness. So that becomes, and obviously you will take less or more, that doesn't matter, because you're working hard for Krishna rest of the time. So in that way, obviously you cannot but become Krishna conscious. Even if you bring an atheist over there, even if you bring a Christian, even if you bring a Hindu, even if you bring a Muslim over there, anybody will become Krishna conscious. because they know that how the cows are getting engaged, how the seeds are, how the tree is giving fruits. They will see how the children are becoming so Krishna, but they are becoming effulgent. So this is called as devotee's lifestyle. So whatever is required, take only that. Taking more or less will not yield auspicious. If the practitioner takes or accumulates more than necessary, spiritual life will be lost. It is being controlled by material values. So if you follow that, then where is the material? If he does not properly accumulate, then the body which is his means of worship will not be protected. Okay. If anybody has any questions, we will read from this verse. Sorry, I am talking too much, I think. Maybe I should stop talking too much. So we will read from here tomorrow. I have to put a highlight. Okay, if anybody has anything to ask, we have 4 minutes. Anybody wants to add, say something, your experience, your understanding, you can share. Mataji, Prabhuji, anybody?
Because of one thing I had to say, because of urbanization, actually, we lost our this farm culture. Otherwise, 90% of India was farm, as Śrīla Prabhupada said. And also because of cow culture, Śrīla Prabhupada said that even if they want to breed cows for, but they send the cow for slaughter. But Śrīla Prabhupada said that if people they at all want to eat cows, then they should eat lower animals, not the cows. But they should be
See, the thing
implemented.
is,
These things
yeah,
should be implemented.
No, it is not. It is, see, I'll tell you how the system is working now. See, the point is, they don't want you to depend on cows. Understand that. If you depend on cows, they know that the whole economic system of what is designed for the 10%, 5% of the wealthy people, that will never be satisfied. Because the whole system is designed, Vedic culture is designed around cows and bulls. Understand this. Because you don't need anything else. Just if you have a cow and a bull, everything will be satisfied. Your fuel will be there for cooking. Your food will be there in the form of milk. Your land will be tilled by the bull. And everything will be done by these two, cows and bulls. If you have, that's all. Nothing is required. You don't need anything. Everything will be done. Everything else will come. But because they destroyed the cow culture, what is happening is that you need fuel for what? You have to depend on them. For example, if you want to purchase something, you have to depend on them. If you want to buy fuel, you need gas or electricity. That you have to depend on them. Gas, you have to go all the way, and for that gas, for example, in India, to book a gas, what is happening? You need address, and you need a phone number. You need a phone number means you need to get the message. For that, you need a phone means that phone should have a 5G connection, so that they can send you the message. And that should be 4G phone or a 5G phone, and that phone will get the message from through that phone. And there is an app for that wherein you have to book the gas. See, these all things, our system is designed in such a way that you become a slave for each and everything. You have to have a phone, you have to have a 5G connection, you have to have a app, you have to book the gas like that. You have to wait for your turn, and when gas comes, you have to accept that and put a cylinder, and you have to have a cylinder. And in India, it is like that. In some of the places, it is a direct. You get the meter. For that, you have to pay the bill. You have to pay the bill. You have to work hard for that. If you are unable to pay for the bill, you have to take loan for that. You go to the bank. You get interest for that. You have to pay for the interest, and you have to pay for the principal amount. So these are all, everything is connected. Just you have cow, that's all. If you have a cow, no need of fuel, no need to going out, no need to get the crude oil all the way from 10,000 miles and then get to your place and then get gas out of it. No need. No need of all these things. So they have designed all these things in such a way that you have to depend on them. You have to purchase the food. You cannot grow. Like in few places, like for example, in few states of Europe, few countries of Europe, and even in few countries, few states of United States, you can't keep your seeds. Your seeds will be seized by the state government, by the state. You can't keep the seeds. You can search. There are so many videos. Monsanto. Why these Monsanto and all these companies, they don't want? Why they bring such a type of fruits where there are no seeds? Because if you have seeds, what you do, you will grow it, and they don't want you to grow. So this is all interconnected like anything in such a way that we become slaves of the system. Everything. Nowadays, you can't eat white rice. It's fully chemical, fully 100,000% chemical. To get that whiteness, everything white, you see, it is all fully chemical. White sugar, white flour, white rice, and milk. Everything, these are it's all fully chemical, fully 100%. And what is happening? You drink that, you eat that, and all those things, you get disease. And to get disease, what will happen? You have to go to the hospital, and there is a hospital, and you have to pay the bills. And further, there is an insurance. You have to take insurance for yourself. Now, you have to take insurance, and further pay the bills for the insurance. Otherwise, you can't get treatment because it is a lot of expense, and you have to take the medicines. So medicines, the same medicines you take it, you again become disease because they don't cure you. You get lifestyle diseases. You get acidity. You get arthritis. You get so much of problems because by eating all these things, just by eating. Actually, thy food shall cure. There is a proverb in the Greek. Thy food the food shall cure the disease. But the food itself is a poison, then what it will cure? When we eat the food, actually food should nourish our body in such a way that diseases should go away. But by eating the food, you get diseases. What is this world? What are they doing for our body? They live on your body and they make money out of your body. Can you imagine? This is called United States, this is called India. They make money out of your body. They have insurance for the body. They have when you take the loan for your house, do everything for this body. They live on your body. They are minting billions and billions of dollars on your body. So,
but why in India we are not able to implement at least this cow culture? Like why it is the second
no,
exporter
because
of beef?
we have gone through so much. See, you two things cannot go simultaneously. First of all, understand this: material advancement and cow protection cannot go together. You can't have because you can't have both. You can't have both. Where there is material advancement means there is cow slaughter. There is cow slaughter. You can't. Wherever there is material advancement, you want to have big bullet trains. Want to have metro trains. You want to have big microchips organization. And Prabhupada is saying, I don't reject machine culture unless and until it is engaged in Krishna. No, that is only one instance wherein Prabhupada was. But Prabhupada was against this whole hellish machine condition. Machine and the protection of cows cannot go together. Where there are machines, there should be cow slaughter. You can't do it. You can't have a Singapore kind of you have a Singapore Japan kind of an atmosphere or advanced material materialistically you are very advanced. At the same time, you can't protect the cows. Both cannot happen. So that's why in these big countries, you see, and these people, religious people, what they say, their population will increase. That's why we have to eat. What about dogs then? Dogs you are not eating. That means dog population is increasing in the United States. One fellow, what kind of argument is this? If you don't eat, their population will increase. Dogs you are not eating in the United States. Eating a dog or hurting a dog is criminal, is legally very punishable in the United States. That means their population is increasing. What nonsense is this? So the thing is that as long as we have this material advancement, as long as there is production of cars, production of tires, production of phones, production, everything is produced on the earth. AI data center, where you have it on the earth.
Yeah, these data
Where
centers.
ah, AI, because of AI also people cow slaughter will increase. Why? Because AI relies on data centers. And data centers where they are built, not on the why don't you build data center in the space? Huh? They will build data center in the space also. Huh? Why don't you build data center in the space? No, you build data center on the land. And there is cow slaughter over there. Wherever there is material advancement means there is increase of the cow slaughter, there is increase of animal slaughter, and the natural resources, which the basic necessities of life, that's the water, the food, that will all be poisoned. See, everywhere you see, there is a scarcity of water. See, you see the hypocrisy of the government. The government says, even the Annamrita video, the Parimal organization, which supports or which sponsors for the Annamrita, which goes on in ISKCON. He says that government doesn't have so much of funds to eradicate hunger in India. So garibi hatao, poverty. They want to say, but they have 500 crores for Chandrayaan. 500, 2,000 crores, 1,000 crores for sending a nonsense satellite all the way to the space. You have crores and crores of money for satellites, crores and crores of money for making arms and ammunitions, but you don't have your own people there starving. Like for example, in the United States, there's so many people are drug addicts. There's so much government funds, thousands and thousands of billions of dollars for rehabilitation camps to making all these things. Why don't you stop the drugs? No, they don't want to do it. They want people to be drug addicted. They want like this. They want us to draw the phone, see the reels, see the shorts, see all these things. Why? This is the slave mentality. That's why Maharaj wants. It's not a small thing, farm community. You go to the farm. No, it is not like that. It's the big picture. We don't know. We are consciously there. I'm using the laptop. We don't need all these things. Actually, we don't need all these things, but we have it because we want to engage in Krishna service so that we can lead. Anasakta Javishan, Yatharam Ubhijinta. When we understand that this is actually engaged, then we don't use it. As Prabhupada gave example of we want to catch the thief, then that in order to catch the thief, he should, if he is going in 100 miles per hour, he should have a vehicle wherein he should catch in 150 miles. Otherwise, how will he catch the thief? Huh? So we are going, but we have to give up this. But actually, ISKCON leaders are not training the congregation to grow their own food. That is the whole big problem. Their congregation should be taught, not, of course, they should be taught having Bhakti Shastri, these all courses, but they should be taught how to grow food. How should we grow food? That should be the topic of this one. We should grow our own food. We should grow our own vegetables. We should grow our own little rice. No problem. We should grow our own vegetables. May not be maintaining cows, but at the same time, slowly, we should slowly grow our own food. Wherever we are, even we are in the apartment, we can grow. We can have a small plant and then grow. And they are doing terrace gardening is very famous in India nowadays. In Los Angeles, there is a guy in the middle of the whole big Los Angeles, city. There is a guy who never purchased from the last 10 years. He grows everything in his garden, in his small garden, in his house, everything. He grows vegetables, he grows everything you can see on the internet. In Los Angeles, is growing. Our devotees, we are not training them for growing their own food for Krishna. Actually, we should train. I have not seen any congregation, any leader in ISKCON, even they open farm communities. That is another thing. But those who cannot go to the farms, what they will do? They should grow their own food. They should have their they should save money, take a land somewhere and grow their own food. They should grow. Then that will happen. Then that will be very good. Why we should purchase masala from outside? Why? We have to purchase masala from outside. We have to purchase wafer, papads. We have to purchase it from outside. Why? Why we have to purchase papads from outside? In bulk quantity, we purchase the papads, fry them, give it, offer it to Krishna. Why? Why? I have not seen my mother doing papads, these all fries. Never I saw my mother. Never we purchase. The whole day, the work of the woman, they make all these things. They think children want it. Because children, they want every time some chips. We used to have everything in the house. The chips made from atta, chips, everything. They used to have dabbas in the house. The big containers they used to have with all varieties of the namkeens, all varieties of sweets, all everything. I used to have. I remember in the summer season, the work of the ladies is to make all these things for the rest of the year. This is the work because they don't have summer season is like they don't go, the children don't go to the schools and their holidays are there. The whole day is to make achars, pickles, all these things and put in big jars and keep it for the whole year. This is what is required, but we are not being taught these all things over a period of time. And I'm very sorry for that. Our leaders didn't train them. Arey, we should train how to make masalas in our own house. Why we have to purchase MDH and Everest? Why? Sunday feast program means you see lot of packets everywhere evolving in the temple hall. Everywhere there are packets. Just put packet. Why? They're not being trained, and I'm very sorry for that. I'm not happy at all as far as they speak. And when I heard devotees also speaking, but I never heard devotees training them, taking them, showing them this one how to make, because it depends on the hand of a person. My mother used to say that the plant grows according to the consciousness of the person. If you're growing the seed for it should grow, I like it. That's why that grooming, that mentality, that plant grows. So it's a whole thing, it's a big science, and I don't want to speak about all these things. Okay. Hare Krishna. Sorry if I would have told something which is, I don't know. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔 ki jai. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔 ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.